Yeah, yeah. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. We recording? My hat a little crooked, you know what I mean? I know it's late, but the work don't stop. We gotta talk as the information comes. It becomes available. No matter when. Yo, yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to join. Roll call. Y'all wanna wait a minute? Or y'all wanna do the roll call right now so we can jump right into it? The fans run the channel. You guys let me know. Roll call right now, or you wanna wait a minute or two and then do the roll call? All right, do the roll call right now. Let me know where you from. City, state, zip. Bang your city. Bang your state. We got to jump right into this boxing stuff, man. Come on, we got to go quick. Where y'all from? Vegas in the building. Bow. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Mississippi. Fremont. Minnesota. Pasadena. Stockton 209. Santa Maria. LBC. Memphis. Atlanta. Boston. Northridge, St. Louis, Dallas, come on, where y'all at? New York, Kansas, Texas, Montreal, H-Town, New York. It don't matter the time. UK, we got UK fans still up because they real boxing fans. We got Memphis fans. We got San Diego, St. Louis, 218. We got Alabama fans. They want to hear this Deontay Wilder gospel. Connecticut, Dallas, the Motor City. Rest in peace to Emmanuel Stewart, Kronk Gym, Maryland, Milwaukee, Fort Worth, Baltimore, Indiana, New Orleans, Seattle. Now, listen, we did the roll call. Shout out to Chicago. We'll do one at the end of this stream. I'm highly upset right now. I'm very upset right now. In case you didn't see, I just put the video up. You know, I'm like MTV News. You hear it first. Brand new, hot off the presses. And I thought it was a joke at first, like, you know what I mean, like a made-up tweet, because I've seen those where people will say Donald Trump said something or Beyonce or whoever says something, but it's not. It's like a Photoshop. But I did a video about it. Mauricio Suleiman, WBC president, and it says WBC Boxing has received confirmation from VADA that Luis Ortiz has tested positive for a banned substance under the clean boxing program. Ever since the WBC has done this, they've caught people. And people are always arguing, oh, USADA versus VADA and WADA. Shit, all these motherfuckers, all this shit is catching somebody. You know what I mean? So, listen, I'm trying to not to go over the top because it's very minimal details. Very minimal details. I don't know what he tested positive for. All it says is a banned substance. So it doesn't mean the worst anabolic steroid, doesn't mean like ostarine or meldonium or whatever, but it's something that's on the ban list that everyone can get supplied a copy of that could basically jeopardize Wilder Ortiz. Now, based on Lou DiBella, Al Heyman, they're going to get the information and make a judgment. The WBC, I'm sure, will be a party to that and determine if the fight still goes on. Maybe it depends on what he tested positive for. Maybe Wilder's like, fuck it, I'll fight. I don't know. And I don't know what's in his system. But again, you guys see it. Like I told you, like MTV News. Luis Ortiz has tested positive for a ban, and this is a verified account. Yeah, so again, it could be it could, like someone said, it could be marijuana or weed or something. I don't know. So I'm waiting for information, more information. I don't think it's marijuana. The real reason I would say I don't think it's marijuana, because I feel like what's the name? Kelvin from the UFC, Gastelum or whatever, he tested positive for marijuana. And when I seen the tweet, it said he tested positive for marijuana. You know what I mean? Listen, this is a live stream. I just got the information 30 minutes ago when it was posted by the WBC president. I don't know if the fight's off. Y'all asking the wrong person. I'm just talking about the topic. The topic of there's a November 4th fight that might be in jeopardy. I don't know. I'm not the WBC. I'm not Luis Ortiz. I'm not King Kong or Bronze Bomb. I don't know. So it really depends on some parameters. Congrats on the 100,000. You know. Thank you. Thank you to the fans, man. Listen, the fans got me here, and we on top now. Listen, I'm going to show y'all. This is the face of the most feared man in boxing. This person you're looking at from Alabama is the most feared man in boxing. Listen, once again, you're looking at the most feared man in boxing. And I'm going to explain it to you. I just want this to soak in. It's blood pressure medicine. I don't know what it is. But listen, this is the thing with these athletes got to get better. Let's say it is blood pressure medicine, right? The thing is, how can you, if you listen to, just hear me out. If he was taking, let's say he's taking blood pressure medicine, right? If you declare it, then the WBC is not going to, I wouldn't assume that they're going to put out a tweet saying, hey, we heard from VADA that he tested positive for a banned substance. You guys get what I'm saying? If you declared it, then it's no mystery. So the day the fight was announced, we knew you were taking blood pressure medicine. So again, this goes back to the athletes. That seems fishy because even if you are on something, you know you have, it's made available to you. It's made available to you what's bad. They don't just like pull the wool over your eyes and like, oh, you ate a blow pop that contains something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It doesn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like it's available what you could take. So if I know I'm on blood pressure medicine prescribed by the doctor, which is something that not everyone, I'm not on blood pressure medicine. You know what I mean? Some of you guys aren't on blood pressure medicine. So you have to declare those things. And it looks much better than when VADA, USADA, WADA, or whoever is the one that, hey, he failed the test. I'm just giving you the information. I mean, look at it. You guys determine that. So even if it is blood pressure medicine, it's not a good look because Suleiman shouldn't have to hear from VADA. Do you know what I'm saying? VADA shouldn't be the one telling him. It should be Team Ortiz who's telling him, hey, we're on Percocet or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, we're on oxycodone, and we just wanted to let you know because he has high blood pressure. It's always the opposite, where Povetkin didn't say one thing about being on meldonium until the WBC got the information from the lab, like, hey, we ran the test. He passed this test, but then he failed this test for meldonium. So again, if they do medicals and stuff, so why don't any of these fighters declare that stuff? Damn, someone said I'm on Oxy. Damn, you on Oxy watching my stream? Listen, it's always going to look better if you declare. Like I know a dude that he's a tattoo artist. They have medical forms even for something as simple as a tattoo. I say simple because a lot of people have tattoos, and it says, "Are you pregnant? Do you have heart disease? Do you have, you know what I mean? It's a little fucking checklist. It's a checklist you go down and you check off, and you know what I mean? So I can imagine boxing, since it's dealing with people's livelihoods and lives and stuff, I can imagine it's no different. Hey, are you prescribed any medicine? So there's no surprises. And see, the other thing that, to me, that's like, I can't even blame that. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame people for being worried even in the mystery, because we're hearing from the WBC press. So to me, that kind of stipulates that it wasn't something declared by Team Ortiz, right or wrong. Because again, VADA shouldn't be the one telling WBC. They should have told VADA, hey, you take this X, Y, and Z because he has high blood pressure or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's that. And it's just crazy, man. It's crazy that this keeps happening. Literally, Wilder is the most. I'm not joking. I'm not. There's no ounce of joking in my body. Wilder is the most feared man in boxing, more than Anthony Joshua, more than Triple G, more than Rigondeaux, because anytime this many people in high-profile fights have something in their system that they're not supposed to, then that shows me a level of fear. You know this dude is tall, athletic, and hits like a son of a bitch. So something's in your system. And that's just what it is. Until otherwise proven, Wilder is the most feared man in boxing, more than anybody. Because who else? People are willing. Triple G, Kell Brook moved from fucking welterweight, tested, all his tests passed. I don't remember him failing any kind of test, right? And he moved up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G. Canelo and Triple G, and see, this is new media. This is the new era of media coverage when it comes to this boxing stuff. I don't have to lie. I'm gonna show you right now what the fuck I'm talking about. We're gonna get right to it, because it's not about just saying it anymore. You can show and prove, and I'm gonna show it. Wow, we already working. We got action. This is Suleiman's page where I got the information, and let me scroll down a little. VADA. Congratulations to Triple G for again successfully completing VADA testing for the 6th time. So he's good. He's in the clear, right? We'll just go to VADA's page because they got all the information. Congratulations to Canelo for again successfully completing VADA testing, right? So Canelo Triple G for their September 16th fight, all their tests came back passable. They're good. They didn't test with anything in their system. That's a fact, and that's from VADA, the same people that said Luis Ortiz tested positive for a banned substance, which again, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But either way, it's not a good look, man, because I really feel like if you're prescribed a drug like Meldonium, let's say we use Pavectin because we know he's doing whatever. Why is VADA the one saying you failed the test, and that's the only reason WBC was even alerted? You know what I'm saying? Instead of you saying, hey, man, I took some Meldonium. That shit wasn't even banned when I took it. You get me? That wasn't even, that wasn't banned. So I just want to let y'all know because they recently banned that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to know those types of things. Meldonium, if they just banned it, then you should know. You know what I mean? Because you're privy to that whole list. So again, I don't know if the fight's still on, but this is crazy. Oh, we got action. Hold on. New media. We on the case. King Kong Boxing. They are trying to avoid Luis from taking that belt from Wilder, and Wilder would do anything to stay from Luis, but this time they've gone too far. WBC Morrow owes the public and Luis an apology. Okay, we got some action. We're going to see what this is. Luis Ortiz, Walgreens, take 1 tablet. Lozertan. Here you go, fans and haters. Fuck a hater. Hashtag clean. Hashtag no excuses. Hashtag real champs. Hashtag no running. Hey, WBC Boxing. Mauricio Suleiman, you owe the public and Luis an apology for jumping the gun, guys. Straight up. Come clean. Be fair. Man, I need to see what this losartan is. We gonna do this. I'm gonna get on my Matlock shit. Remember how to spell this. Los, like fabulous, los art and, okay? Remember how that. We gonna do the ego exclusive. You are representative of the right to be aware of VADA. Check blood pressure meds on your own online and don't let them use this to stop the fight. All right, we gonna get our Matlock on. This is kind of fun. I want the fight to happen. Fuck fun. We ego's on the case, man. How do I spell it? Lowe's Art. Oh shit, Lowe's Artan. We on the case. Is that how I spell it? Lowe's Artan side effects. This is young WebMD. Call me Mr. WebMD, man. We on the case. Losartan. That sounds like some Greek shit. This is Losartan. Fake ass Sparta. Okay. What is Losartan? Losartan belongs to a group of drugs, receptor antagonist. It keeps blood vessels from narrowing, which lowers blood pressure and improves blood flow. Okay. Losartan is used to treat high blood pressure, hypertension. It is also used to lower the risk of stroke in certain people with heart diseases. Losartan is used to slow long-term kidney damages in people with 2 types of diabetes who have high blood pressure. Losartan may also be used purposes not listed in this medical guide. See, but listen, I'm a fair critic. That's good from Luis Ortiz and all that. But this is my question. This is the question I still have: is this Losartan bullshit, right? There's usually on the medicals, there's a place on the form that it says list medicines or prescribed medicines you're taking. So to me, I still feel, and if I'm wrong and I'm proven to be wrong, then I have no problem saying, oh, hey, I was wrong. But from what I've seen, I feel like they give you an opportunity to document anything that you are on, because I've been seeing it with Nevada State Athletic Commission and Pacquiao. Pacquiao was trying to get the cortisone shot or the Toradol or whatever. And then Nevada State Athletic Commission, boom, they showed proof that Pacquiao filled out the form saying he didn't need anything. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I really feel like this Losartan shit is cool, but there's still an element there. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But there's still an element there because, one, you have a chance to declare that stuff. And it would look better coming from you than coming from VADA saying, oh, he failed the test. You know what I mean? Because Mauricio Suleiman, he's on Twitter. He could have, you know what I mean? He could have just woke up out of sleep and got a text from someone from the VADA lab, or I don't know how it works, and then be like, oh, he tested positive, and then just reported that aspect. So one, we got to wait and see if the Losartan is what showed up in the test. See, me, I'm a fair critic. I'm not just gonna jump on either side. I'm just giving you my thoughts. If the fight gets canceled, I'm pissed. That's my thought, and that's my honest thought, and that's not gonna change. If this fight is altered from the original main event, I'm gonna be pissed. But I gotta see what he tested positive from, and I'm sure that's coming. So it might. What if he tested positive for something else, and then it's not this Losartan shit? Second, my question is, you have a chance to declare what you're prescribed. So I haven't heard anything about this Losartan until a failed drug test. Now, this is the third thing, because I've never done steroids, but I know people that have done steroids, and I just studied up in that field, like just fitness, you know what I mean? From way back in the Arnold days, like I read up on them guys, you know what I mean? The Franco Columbos and Arnold and Hulk Hogan, all the guys, and you see that with a lot of wrestlers. That's why a lot of these wrestlers, they die at young ages, you know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero's and, you know what I mean, just Mr. Perfect, they all die at young ages. And Arnold had a triple bypass heart surgery, so I've studied up on that. I've known people that have taken things, to enhance their not for fighting per se, but just for their bodybuilders or whatever. Yeah, rest in peace to Frog Splash, man. Eddie Guerrero, that was my dude. But my thing is this. This is from my knowledge of the field is it's always another thing that's if you know drugs in general, like just any kind of drug, the dope game, peds, anything, the whole object is not to get caught with drugs. You know what I'm saying? So they know, but you're always gonna have people who try to circumvent the rules and break the rules. But this is the thing when it comes to drugs. Sometimes people can be on a hard drug, like an actual anabolic steroid or ped, and then they'll cut in another drug to be the fall guy in like a patsy, and it's they call them masking agents. You know what I'm saying? They call them masking agents. So that's another thing. Like you see guys that test positive for diuretics, and they'll be like, "Oh, I was just trying to cut weight," but they could have been on actual anabolic steroids, but they cut in diuretic, so they flag for the diuretic as opposed to stanozol or whatever. You know what I mean? Because there's masking agents. So to mask the presence of something harder, you'd rather get busted for a diuretic. You know what I mean? Just like some kind of dietary supplement that you're not supposed to be on. So there's some questions here. Behind the gloves, what up? Crazy news, man. If this fight is compromised, I'm gonna be really highly upset. And see, this is the other thing. You got to understand it as far as media is concerned. I was trying to go to this fight, but I'm not. I mean, Sean Porter, Granados, I'm looking forward to that. But if this fight gets canceled, if it gets canceled, that might, I don't know, because I know for a fact I want to go to Vasil Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. So it depends if this fight gets canceled and what they put in place. But you know what I mean, it might not even be advantageous for me to go to this fight if it's not the fight that we all think it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna have to wait. You know what I mean? And that, as media, that kind of sucks because there's no point for me to fly all the way out to Brooklyn if it's Wilder versus Stavern 2 or something. I mean, I would rather catch that on TV or try to send someone or something. So it just depends. I will see you there. And good job with the World Boxing Super Series. Shout out to Michelle Joy Phelps, man. Make sure you follow the movement behind the gloves, holding it down. And it is good for me. It's good to see people who started on the same platform like YouTube and broke out and done different things. You know what I mean? Like people don't understand YouTube is a powerful, social media in general is a powerful tool. Oh, thanks, man. You already know MJP in the building, but it's good to see that. I mean, I'm not a hater. I want everyone to succeed. You know what I mean? Unless you're my enemy, then it's 48 laws of power. Crush your enemies totally. But all the people that held it down and showed love, I have no problem showing love back. That's just how I am. But shout out to Michelle Joy Phelps for branching off, taking a risk. You guys don't understand. Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm not trying to get too far because you guys be like, shut the fuck up, ego, get back to boxing. But this media stuff is it's not as glamorous as you think. You know what I mean? A lot of politics and behind the scenes stuff, late nights. Like, let's say Canelo and Golovkin is a great fight. Y'all can go to the club after. Media, we gotta work, and I'm not complaining because I worked hard to get into this position. Just like my dude Albert in the chat, instant boxing. You know what I mean? Everyone else could be at the club and taking shots. I'm fucking uploading and shit. You know what I mean? Albert got photographers. He got to edit pictures and stuff. It's a grind, man. It's a real life grind. It's not glamorous at all. See, that's what I'm saying. And see, the other thing is, a lot of people, they don't understand that to be in the public eye, you know what I mean? It takes something. You to be in front of people like Michelle's doing the World Boxing Series. If you mess up and it's live, there might not be a second take. You got a one take. You got to be ready. You got to be on your job. Not everyone's built for that type of stuff. So I had to take that little detour. Make sure you guys show love to the media because it's not just about you made that bed, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about, but Yeah, I mean, it takes some work to get you guys the stuff you want, but I don't know what's up with Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. This is just crazy. This is not, and you know, what I mean, I'm sitting here poking fun at UFC. Not like that. The UFC is cool to me, but boxing is my true love. You know what I mean? I rate boxing higher. I enjoy boxing more. I don't have a problem with the UFC, but I'm like, damn, John Jones, he fucking up. Now we got one of our own possibly fucking up. Crazy, man. And it just taints it. But he's a beast. If this gets canceled, and it well, again, we have to wait to find out what the deal is and what he tested positive for. But if three separate people have fights with Wilder lined up, which are going to be a good payday, because you got to look at who these are. It's not like we're talking about Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Joshua has a market. You know what I mean? Yo, Ego, Wilder told me 2 months ago in a phone interview that Ortiz is known to dope. Crazy, he called it. Listen, that he said it at the press conference too. He was like, "Don't go messing this up for us." He said, "Don't be testing positive and ruining this fight. This is your shot. This is your opportunity." And the crazy thing is, Wilder has been dead on. He called it Cannon Briggs, who tested positive. Wilder said, "I don't know, Cannon Briggs. You see what he's looking like? You see his age? He on something." He called it with Povetkin, and then he called it with Ortiz. If this is true, and I know Ortiz had that, I think maybe 2014 failed drug test. Yeah, in the Latif Coyote, I think it's a no contest now. But still, Povetkin, to my knowledge, didn't have any past occurrences or flags, and he still called on him. Cannon Briggs had been passing drug tests. Then he failed in the Fresno Quindo fight. So, man, this is then this kind of goes back. I got to bring this up. This kind of goes back to Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people gave Floyd shit when he pretty much indirectly accused Pacquiao of being on something, but he just said, "I want to be on an even playing field. I want to be on an even playing field. Health comes first." And people are like, "Aha, you're a bitch. Why? What do you mean health comes first? Who cares if they're on something?" You got to give that man Floyd credit because you see how dangerous of a sport this is. You know what I mean? My dude Daniel Franco, Magomed Abdusalamov, Pritchard Cologne. This shit is not a joke. And then they're not in there not risking it. So all you people talking about he cherry picked and he's a bum, shit. Some of these bums have left people permanently disabled or worse. You know what I mean? So Floyd called it. He said, "This is brutal business. I want to be on an even playing field. If you clean, you clean. Take the test." And since that point, drug testing has been more of a spotlight, and you've seen people get busted, and you've also seen, and I'm not gonna really call out people that haven't failed because that's not really my style, but there's people I suspect were on stuff for sure, and you know, what I mean, I'm sure it'll come out within time. But the thing is, some people's performances have dwindled down and stuff like that. But a lot of guys have actually been caught, especially in the UFC. They getting caught like food stamps over there. They getting caught frequently. I didn't even watch Parker versus Huey Fury, but I heard it wasn't a good look. I heard it wasn't a good fight, and it wasn't a good performance. How do you send a super chat? I don't think you can if you have an iPhone. You would have to send a donation through PayPal. I got the Venmo coming or Patreon. But if you don't have an iPhone iOS, then you can. There should be a dollar sign, and once you see that dollar sign, you click on it, and then you can enter any amount on a super chat that you want. Um, Abel, you sound pretty stupid. Don't ban the roids. Let them go. What do you do for a living? This is to what's your name? Abel. What do you do for a living? We're all waiting for you. So I want to see what you do for a living. See how dangerous your profession is. You work for the water department. So what do you do? What do you do for the water department? So, I mean, the bottom line is okay, you work for the water department. I don't know shit about what you do, but let's say there's some safety precaution where you have to close a valve, and if you don't, you could flood. So, they shouldn't do that at your job. And if it floods and the backup system fails and then everyone drowns, then that's just what it is. That's what you're basically saying, which sounds pretty stupid. Yeah, let everyone drown because we didn't want to cap off this valve or close it when we're done working. That's kind of the equivalent of what you're saying. Let the roids go. You sound stupid, man. So they should let the water flow and Hurricane Harvey your shit. And then if you can't make it, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? See how stupid that sounds? And y'all gotta stop blaming victims. It's just like taking roids is like enhancing a weapon. These guys try to hurt each other to insert an artificial enhancement could get someone hurt. Exactly. I mean, real talk, these guys, like Albert said, these guys are already trained professionals. That's one thing. They're already trained in the martial art of combat and fighting and throwing punches and technique. So you give them an unfair advantage where we're in the seventh round and we should both be dog tired because we push each other, but you're on EPO, so you could just keep going like a fucking jackrabbit. That's not fair. If you're tired and I'm tired and we should both naturally be tired, then it's unfair, completely unfair. Like if somebody beat me, I'm competitive as hell. If someone beat me, I want them to beat me on their own merit, not because you cheated. Shout out to Junior Johns. Everybody do the shmoney dance. I told y'all them yellow and them orange super chats. I'll be liking those. $20. Wow. $20. And he said, I hope you make both trips to NYC. Um, it depends because if it's Deontay Wilder versus, you know what I'm saying, Butterbean, I'm probably not coming. That's just straight up. If it's Butterbean, I'm not. I probably won't. That'll be a good little TV fight, Wilder versus Butterbean. You know what I mean? If it's Soda Popinski, I'll probably not come. You know what I mean? Abel get in the ring with Wilder Freighter. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all always talk about let the roids go. Okay, you fight Wilder not on roids, and I watch him. It'll feel like he's on roids because he's gonna knock you out. I met Wilder several times. He's a big dude. Pause. He's a big dude. Y'all always see that's what it man. That's the thing about the internet. Everyone has a voice. Everyone just wants to say what they would do. That's like that's like me talking about the Holocaust and like, man, if them Nazis did this, I would have did. No, it don't work like that. You don't think people try to resist the Nazis? You know what I mean? Yeah, they did, but they were outnumbered. They ended up getting killed. They had no weapon. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for you. Oh, let the roids go. Anyone can say that, but you fight Cannon Briggs and Ortiz. Let them put something in their system and then fight them. You know what I mean? That sounds stupid. My super chat ain't going through, bro. I'm not sure. It should just be a dollar sign. It should be pretty simple. Um, yeah, man, this is a bummer if this fight is compromised. Dillian White, that's actually a good stand-in. But I mean, to be honest, I'd rather see Luis Ortiz over Dillian White. Like, if I were to pick two fights, I think Ortiz has different intangibles that made me want to see Wilder tested against that. Big Baby Miller can't do it. See, like I cover boxing. You got to know what's going on. Danny Jacobs is fighting at the Nassau Coliseum against Luis Cuba Arias. Shout out to Milwaukee. Shout out to Cuba Arias for stepping up. And that's definitely a step up in challenge. Jacobs just gave Golovkin a very good fight, right? And Gerald Big Baby Miller is on that card. So, you know what I mean? That's a whole different can of beans because Gerald Big Baby Miller is about to fight on HBO. So you think he could just like break his HBO contract? It'd be one thing if he was fighting on like a PBC or a Showtime card, but I don't know that he could just easily say, you know what, fuck this Amerish Weck dude, I'm fighting Wilder, and just break the contract with HBO because they have a date, they have a venue, and they have a card in place, and he agreed to that. You know what I mean? So you have different contrasts. You got to look at the variables. Tyson Fury, he weighs 386, 386 pounds. That's not happening. I wouldn't even want to see that right now until Tyson Fury gets in better shape. But y'all got to stop blaming the victim. That's like if a girl got raped and you're like, oh, why'd she wear that loose top? Why'd she have so much cleavage? That's not her fault, because a dude was a pig, and instead of like making it consensual and pulling her, he actually, took something from her. You can't blame the girl for that. Same thing with this Wilder thing. If people are failing drug tests, you can't blame Wilder. Like, oh, Wilder's gonna go back to cherry pick. That's not his issue. If the fight gets canceled, it has nothing to do with him. Bellew's probably fighting David Haye. Plus, I don't want to see that. This ain't no Creed movie. Bellew's cool, but he got stopped at light heavyweight by Adonis. I'm not trying to see him fight Wilder. I want to see Wilder fight a heavyweight, not a guy who's like, turned into a heavyweight recently, unless it's like a situation like Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield went to the Olympics and then gradually moved up from cruiser. No, Wilder should fight, but see, this is the thing. Povetkin failed his drug test, and Wilder was like, I didn't waste a training camp and get in this crazy shape for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was like, fuck that. So he fought Chris Arreola, and people jumped down Wilder's throat. That's not his fault. He was supposed to fight the Olympic gold medalist. He was supposed to fight Povetkin, a power punching gold medalist who has experience with Klitschko, knocked out Hassan Rahman and stuff like that. So it's not Wilder's fault that he had to fight Chris Arreola. Some people, oh, but why did he fight Chris? He had to fight somebody. And that's who was down and who could fight. Damn, the dude, Junior Johns, is holding it down. I told you, them yellow and them orange super chats. We got another $20 donation. Bow. Do the funny dance. He said one more. He's just supporting the movement. See, Johns is holding it down because I'm pissed off this Wilder fight. You know what I mean? Man, I hope this is not jeopardized. Wilder hasn't fought. Listen, Rios Frankie. Yeah, shout out to Junior Johns. Rios Frankie, I'm going to ask you a question and respond in a timely manner since you know so much. You said Wilder hasn't fought no top 10 dudes, even though he fought against Bermane Stiverne, who was a champion. So clearly he had to be a top 10 guy. But would you rank Alexander Povetkin in your top 10 at the time Wilder was supposed to fight him? Right? Would you rank him in the top 10? Junior balling? I guess. He just dropped 40 like it was nothing. He dropped 40 like young prime MJ. He dropped 40 like he Kobe Bryant. Just dropped the 40 on me. Appreciate that. Dropped 40 like the answer, Allen Iverson. He was probably top 5. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Rios to respond. Because clearly Alexander Povetkin was in the top 10 at the time. However, because he had meldonium in his system trying to get ready, the fight got canceled. So, once again, you can't blame Wilder for that. Joshua beats Wilder? Let's see it. Eddie Hearn said he'll knock him out in 3 rounds. Let's see it. Tell him to cancel the Q-Brad pull of 70,000 to fight Wilder then. If it was that easy, take his belt. I can't really think of any available heavyweights. Amir Mansour, maybe. Yeah, Gerald, that's a good one. Gerald Washington is a top 10 heavyweight. He fought Eddie Chambers and beat him. He beat or had a draw with Amir Mansour. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to see the Mansour fight, but I mean, he got power. He's kind of small for Wilder, height-wise. This is nuts. Brazil, I don't know if he's trying to scrap with Wilder, though, because he's saying he got beat up in the hotel versus Wilder. I'm not trying to laugh, but the story sounds kind of wild. He was like, fuck your kids, I'll kill you all. I'll kill your dad. Like, it just sounds kind of wild to me. But yeah, I think he's suing Wilder, so I don't think he's trying to fight him because if you guys both fight and somebody sucker punch you, duffed you out in a hotel lobby, and you're in the same profession, both with premier boxing champs, why wouldn't you demand that fight? I definitely Chisora has his own fight, and I don't want to see that. David Hayes probably fighting Tony Bellew, and Andy Ruiz. I haven't really seen him since Joseph Parker. I mean, he was solid, but he's not even been active, and that's a top ranked fighter. So I don't know. Shannon Briggs, I think, has a suspension up until, and I think I seen on Shannon Briggs's Instagram, he said he has a fight or something. He has a comeback. I don't want to see Lucas Brown. I mean, I never rated Luke. Man, this shit sucks. Oh, Andy Ruiz is looking for a new trainer. Andy Ruiz, if you look at his shape, he's deceptively faster and shit than what he looked like. Man, we gotta wait for more information to come about with the Luis Ortiz. I'm not saying the fight is 100% canceled because I don't know. That's all behind the scenes stuff. DeBella, WBC, the two teams have to kind of. Hell no, Daniel Dubois, he looks like a beast, but how many fights does he have? He's like brand new. And then he's gonna fuck around, get jet lag coming over to the States. What about Bermane Stavern again last minute? It's possible, but what happens to Dominic Brazil? That's the guy you're supposed to fight. Yeah, you came late to the stream, but we just looked at King Kong. Hey, shout out to Junior Johns, another yellow one. He just donated $10. He just dropped 50, like it was nothing. He said, "Last one, family." Shout out to Junior Johns, man. God damn, you must be balling. It must be payday or something. You just balling. Junior Johns is running the stream. Oh wee. But thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're grinding. Y'all doing too much. Stipe Miocic. He said he wanted to fight Joshua. I don't know if he's trying to fight Deontay Wilder. He probably felt he's seen something in Joshua that he might be able to beat or matches up. Amir Khan versus, you have to be trolling. Amir Khan versus Joshua, really? That isn't going to sound humane. Junior Johns, yeah, he should fight a retired ward who just took his wife on a date. That makes a lot of sense. Manuel Char, I'm not trying to see that. Manuel will get charred. He'll get charred, bro. Didn't he get shot or something? I don't remember, but he'll get charred. That's not even a fun fight that I even want to see. He'll be char-broiled like BK. You want to see some char? Put him in there with Wilder. He'll get his char. You know when you char grill something and they got the grill marks? That'll be Manuel Char. He'll have the grill marks from the glove on his face. I'm not trying to see that. Manuel Char. Get out of here. I'd rather see him fight Emmanuel Lewis Webster. I'm trying to see that weak shit. So, fingers crossed that the fight doesn't get canceled. Yeah, there's really not. So Wilder might even fight him even. Listen, who would I suggest? I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anyone that's realistic. Like Daniel Dubois, that's not realistic because you don't know that he looks like a beast, a monster, but you don't know his people want to fly him out to America where he's not fought. And he definitely hasn't fought. You can call Wilder any name you want, but he hasn't fought anyone the caliber of Wilder, right? You know what I mean? The only person, Charles Martin, he's still taking like comeback fights since the Joshua fight. He hasn't fought nobody real big since that time, since Joshua. Joshua nailed him. Pause. Amir Mansour, maybe. He looks like he stayed. Vladimir Klitschko's retired, so that won't be working. Donald Trump, shit. Trump would not fight Wilder. He'll fire. He'll try to fire Wilder. Ain't gonna fire on Wilder. George Foreman, what? Maybe in the Foreman Grill kickoff. Big Baby Miller has a fight on the Daniel Jacobs card. That's not gonna work, and it's on HBO. Shout out to Manuel Gabriel, $5 super chat through the Shmoney dance. He said, I called it. One of your videos about Luis Ortiz testing positive. LOL. Can I get a Bob Arum impersonation? I'm not even in the mood for impersonations right now, just because this is really pissing me off. Literally, I could show you my search history. I was literally looking at hotel prices if I was going to come out here. I was going to try to come out to to Brooklyn, hopefully for both of them cards, but shit, depending on if this fight goes through anymore, I might not. I don't know. Dillian White's solid, but that doesn't excite me as much as Luis Ortiz fight, to be honest. John Jones versus Ortiz? Shit, maybe. Disappointing stuff, people. This is whack. I just scrolled through the top 15. Joseph Parker, I don't think he's ready for Wilder. I didn't watch the Huey Fury, but I heard he didn't look that great. And I just met Joseph Parker. He's a cool dude, but once he stepped up, he didn't look good versus the Ras Kovajan. I don't even know who that is. Andy Ruiz, he had a split decision. I really don't think he's ready for a Wilder. Different puzzle. And like I said, if you barely scraping by Huey Fury, from what I heard, I haven't watched it, but then I don't really think you want that Wilder work. That's just me. They haven't announced what he's tested positive for. The Parker Fury fight was weak as shit. See, that's what I heard. That's why I haven't watched it. I'd rather watch Canelo versus Triple G again and rescore that. Now the super chats are coming in. Y'all trying to cheer me up with the bad news. Askiar Hussein, $5 super chat. Bow. Luis Ortiz tested positive recently. Yeah, just here, in case you just joined the stream, you just super chatted. This is from the WBC president. WBC Boxing has received confirmation from VADA that Luis Ortiz has tested positive for a banned substance under the Clean Boxing Program. Verified page, WBC president. So that's the latest. That's where we're at. And he had a failed drug test in the Latif Coyote fight in 2014. So I don't know. I don't know if the fight's going to get canceled. Maybe they can clear this up or ration it out. I don't know. Because if y'all don't see, I know my boxing. Danny Garcia fought Eric Morales, and he had clenbuterol in his system. And they let Danny Garcia knock out Morales, even though he had something in his system. So I don't know. I've seen strange things. Francisco Vargas tested positive preceding or before the Orlando Salido fight, and they let that fight go through. So I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. Shout out to Texas, man. Shannon Briggs is suspended right now for testing positive against Freso Quindo. So I don't think he can even get instated to fight in New York. He's from New York, but he can't get in. Hey, Junior Johns, you got to stop. You're making me feel bad. Another yellow one. He said, y'all making me step up. A $10, man. I got to send you a hat or something. So just email me. I'll send you a hat because, damn, you dropping bread. But Brock Lesnar versus Luis Ortiz. Y'all crazy. I never rewatched Canelo Triple G. I don't even want to watch boxing right now. I'm pissed off if this fight gets canceled. Man, we got the hats coming. Askiar Hussein, bow, y'all wait till I get depressed from bad news and then start sending a ton of super chats. But my dude Askiar Hussein, $5 super chat. Does Wilder advance to Joshua mandatory by default? I don't know how that works. Because if Luis Ortiz tests positive and he can't compete, then they'll probably drop him, and whoever was ranked next with the WBA would move up. And I don't know if it's Wilder. Okay, y'all tripping. LeVar Ball versus Wilder? Hell nah. He better wear them $400 shoes and be running from Wilder. Usyk is in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. And again, it doesn't make sense for him to leave cruiserweight to fight a power puncher like Wilder, who's taller than him, bigger than him, as his first fight. I mean, would you do that? That don't even make sense. And especially when he's in a tournament that he might be able to win. You get me? Like, he might win, beat all the, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he could beat Mike Perez and all them dudes. I don't know. That's why it's a tournament. But there's a chance. He's a good fighter. There's a chance he could beat them all. Damn, this shit sucks. World Boxing Association, Luis Ortiz, Alexander Ustinov, Fresequindo, Manuel Char, who I told y'all would get charred. Isn't Christian Hammer that girl? Al Vetkin, Kubrat Pulev, who's fighting AJ, Dillian White. Who the fuck is Trevor Bryan? Who is Trevor Bryan? I never even heard of that. And BJ Flores. Oh, Wildin'. I haven't even heard of these people. Odo, like, damn, Odo, you wildin'. Or Wallin, whatever his name is. First of all, Odo Wallin sounds like somebody in history that has assassinated a president. Like, JFK was killed by Odo Wallin. It was Odo Wallin that did it. Behind the picket fence, Odo Wallin clapped JFK back in my day. And Trevor Bryan, who the fuck is that? That sounds like Kenny Chesney's opening act from country. Trevor Bryan? She had the ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm about to bid my hurt goodbye. Who the fuck is Trevor Bryan? Fucking Rascal Flatts ass country singer. No, honestly, who is he? Oh, y'all like me when I have that twang, huh? I'm not in a good mood, for real. She had the ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eye. I'm about to bid my hurt goodbye. Country music, they be always like sad. And then my dog died, cat died, same week. Like, goddamn, your life sucks. The dog and cat died the same week? Nephew? Wow. She think my tractor sex. Jennings, I don't think, that's my dude. I don't think he has a fight on the, I think Lomachenko-Rigondeaux card. Alexander Ustinov is fucking 40 years old, and he rated high. These WBA rankings look crazy. Who the fuck is Trevor Bryan? Who the fuck is Odo Wallin? Y'all see? I don't even know who that is. Odo? I never even met one person in my whole life that was named Otto. Like, that don't even sound right. Like, hey, Mom, I'm about to go to Odo's house. What the fuck is an Odo? Star Wars ass name. Me, Odo Wallin. Ortiz Wilder, cancel you must. Odo Wallin. Askia Hussein, $5 super chat. Another one, like DJ Khaled would say. I bet you would love to put somebody in the hot seat right now. LOL. Man, seat hot. Odo Wallin. I'm about to get out of here. I'm annoyed. White versus Wilder is cool, but I just don't know. I don't know if White wants to take it on semi-short notice. Yo, Nate Diaz watches your videos. How do you know? Uncle Wilder told me. How you know? Nate Diaz is a G. Listen, when I first met Nate Diaz, one of the most gangster shit about him is like his playlist was raw. He had like a dope playlist. Like it was like shit I listened to. I'm like, damn. That's how I knew Nate was solid. Cause I just from the taste in music, I knew he was a real one. And he could scrap, don't get it twisted. Yeah, man, we had 100K. I told you it was a little bit of easy work. We made it look something light. Another super chat from Fight Nerd, $5. Money dance, and it says Wilder can't ever get a break. He keeps trying to make fights, and everyone keeps failing these tests. AJ better fight him next and stop ducking. It's not. No, it's not canceled, but the information is coming out at like 9:30 Pacific time, which means in New York, where Lou DiBella probably is, it's 3 hours later. You know what I'm saying? So we probably won't. We have to wait till tomorrow or the next day or something to figure out what the verdict is and make some sense of it. Because the information was just tweeted by Mauricio Suleiman, late as fuck. So caused a panic. And hey, Junior Johns, you gotta. He's sending the super chats, but I'm starting to feel bad. You don't have to send no more super chats, man. I'm gonna put you in timeout if you send me another super chat. I just feel bad, man. Save some of your money, even though I'm depressed. Junior Johns, he left another orange ones. He left a $20 one. Hey, you rich? You must be Hugh Hefner's son. You got an inheritance or some shit. They said it's not the end of the world. Ego, a lot of good fights left. No, that's true. It's not the end of the world. I'm gonna be in Vegas tomorrow, so maybe I should just go gamble. I should just gamble and drink and fornicate. I just want to fornicate. If I go on the strip and I see hotties, I see a couple hotties, I'll say, hey, I'm in Vegas. I'm in Vegas a couple days. Let's fornicate. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on my Mike Tyson shit. Like I'm so ecstatic. I'm happy. I seen you by the Fat Burger. I seen you. You had the skirt on. I just knew you were the one. I'm so annoyed right now. $70 US, Junior, in one live stream. Man, I try to tell you, Junior Johns, he's the one with the super chats. He was the one. He was dropping money, and I was like, I didn't know how to spin it, so I just started getting prostitutes and Spinal, because that's how Mike Tyson. That's how Mike Tyson would use his super chats back in his prime. I don't know. The Junior Johns kept sending me the super chat, so I used it for drugs. I didn't know what to do with my money, so I bought a tooth. Like, what's a tooth, Mike? A prostitute. What the fuck? Yeah. Mike Tyson is my idol, and that's kind of fucked up because he used to say some fucked up shit. And the ESPN dude was trying not to laugh when he was interviewing him, and he was holding his kid. This is how gangster Mike Tyson was. He was holding his child, right? Doing the ESPN interview, and they're like, "Oh, I heard you've been partying. You're supposed to be training for a fight." And he was like, "Yeah, I went to the strip club." And he's like, "Oh, you're at the strip club. What'd you do?" He's like, "I gave the stripper a lap dance." They're like, "She gave you a lap dance?" He's like, "No, that's my thing. That's what I like to do. I like to give the stripper a lap dance." He said he gave a stripper a lap dance. It doesn't get any more colder than that. Mike Tyson went to a strip club and gave the stripper a lap dance. What? That's my thing. That's what I like to do. I know she's in the thong. They were playing the thong song. But I gave her the lap dance. No, they have a Tommy Morrison 30 for 30. That's a good series. I haven't watched it, though. It's probably a sad one because he died. Mike Tyson is a fucking savage. Yo, watch Mike Tyson. I forgot who he's fighting off the top of my head. But Mike Tyson. Thong. It was post-fight. He knocked his opponent out. It might have been Tyrell Biggs. And then, like, Larry Merchant or whoever was interviewing him. And it was like, how did you know you were being effective, Mike? And he was like, I knew I was hurting him. I was hurting him to the body. I was hurting him because he was crying. And then he was like, what do you mean? He was in there. He was crying in there. Like, what? He said a grown man was crying in the ring when he was getting hit. He was in there. I knew I was hurting him to the body because he was crying. He was crying in there. He said, I just heard him make feminine women gestures. He was like, oh. He was crying in there. Like, what? I ain't never heard that. And there's been a lot of power punch. I never heard Triple G. And no, Canelo was crying. Like, I never heard no one say that. Tyson is funny as fuck. Hey, what the fuck? I never even got a purple super chat before. Wow. Y'all leaving me depressed super chats. It must be noticeable. My dude Askia Hussein just dropped $50 in the live stream. We got the color purple. I ain't talking Whoopi Goldberg, but we got the color purple. For all my smokers, even though I don't smoke, we got that perp. And it says, Ego, I don't want to make this super chat thing a competition. You know I send super chats all the time. Yes, I will vouch for you. I always see you. But wow, y'all dropping bread. Shit. I appreciate it, man. I'm just grinding. I'm grinding for y'all. We just hit 100K. But damn, that's crazy. I don't even think I ever got I got PayPal donations like up there, but like I never got a super chat that was purple. Wow. Y'all crazy. But I heard him to the body. He was crying. He was crying in there. The worst thing about it is Mike Tyson had that voice, but you couldn't say nothing. You couldn't make fun of his voice. You like, Mike Tyson, that's why your voice sound like you couldn't roast him because he would beat your ass. So you just stuck listening to a buff ass 20-inch neck having dude that sounds like that. I heard him to the body. He was crying. He was crying in there. That's probably why he learned how to scrap. Razor Ruddock was tough for that Tyson fight. Eddie Murphy. Yeah, y'all got to listen to him. Eddie Murphy was like clowning Mr. T. That shit was funny. He's like, Ed fucked up. He's like, I made some jokes about Mr. T. And I heard Mr. T was mad as shit. He's like, Mr. T was, I heard that he was at parties looking for me. Like, tell Eddie Murphy I'm gonna whoop his ass when I see him. That shit was so funny. And he's like, I was having to leave parties out the back and shit. Tell Eddie Murphy I'm gonna whoop his ass when I see him. He said, I had to do some Jedi mind tricks on Mr. T. Hey, fool, heard you made some jokes about me. He's like, no, you didn't. Okay, maybe I didn't. That shit was funny. Y'all don't know about that Eddie Murphy Raw classic. Y'all just listen to like what's out now, like Kevin Hart. Oh, no. Y'all listen to classic Richard Pryor, classic Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? George Carlin. You gotta listen to the classics. Tell Eddie Murphy I'm gonna whoop his ass when I see him. And he's like, he said, I can't front. I was kind of scared because Mr. T, he's a big dude. It don't look like he can't fight. It looks like he whips some ass. Oh. Tell Eddie Murphy I'm gonna whoop his ass when I see him. That shit is funny. Golden Child is one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. That shit was funny to me. He's like, y'all seen a butt naked midget running around with $100? And he's like, when I find a midget, he said, I'm gonna powder your ass. With these rolls, I'm gonna roll your ass till it bleeds. That shit was so funny. Harlem Nights. When he had that Arsenio Hall and them, they were shooting at Eddie Murphy, like, they had these machine guns and shit, Tommy guns and shit. And the guy was like, pow, pow. And he was like, stop it. Don't you shoot that little shit no more. Stop it. He was hitting it with his hat. That's some classic. Don't shoot that little shit no more, Tommy. Richard Pryor might be TBE. Richard Pryor's funny. He has this one joke about like white people. He said that they don't have rhythm or something. But he said if. Oh wow, y'all tripping with these super chats today. Somebody just donated. I never got a red super chat, but my dude Manuel Gabriel just dropped a red. We blooding right now. This is blood gang, man. We blooding on Pyru. You got the cedar block, $100. Wow, $100. It says for East and 14th, Oakland. Shout out to the Bay, man. Like Tupac said, the Bay always show me love. I always got the Bay because the Bay hold me down. They gave me the game. Someone said keep streaming. Shit, I know. Y'all keep dropping. Fuck. Wow, y'all just dropping on top. I mean, I appreciate it, man. We hit 100K. This has been a journey. It took a while. Like I said, when I first started YouTube, my shit wasn't even called boxing. It was called Ego's World. Because I had a whole different vision of where I wanted to go with it. I was doing videos and video edits and music video. I've always been a boxing fan even before that. Yeah, get them likes up. We have 135 people and 100 people in the chat. So make sure you hit the like button. But my vision was totally different about where I wanted to go with it. I was just going to put, it's Ego's World. I was just going to put whatever I want. Whether it's my work, music videos, or me talking about something, I was just going to put anything. But that vision, see, what I'm trying to tell you guys is you guys have to make sure anything you put your mind to, I know it sounds cliche, but you can really do it. If you stay with it through the good times, the bad times, keep with it, keep persistent. That's one of the things the man upstairs has blessed me with. I don't give up. Like, I'm persistent. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that pit bull mentality. You know, like if you guys ever seen or read about dog fights where a pet latch on your neck, it's extremely hard to get that pit off you. That's how I am. I just won't give up. And I'm telling you, when I first started YouTube, shit wasn't easy to grow because the boxing is a very small community, and I would say it was smaller back then on the YouTube scene. But now YouTube is killing it. You see channels where most of the knowledge comes from YouTube. Like, I don't collaborate with a lot of people, but you know what I mean, I see things here and there, and I would say the knowledge base is way greater when I hear people or have seen videos. They talk real boxing shit better than some people that have credentials. But my experience is different because now that I'm getting media credentials and I'm getting credentials at the fight, I still know my shit because I started from the bottom, just like everybody watching this. I didn't just get an assignment, an intern with somebody. We did it our way. Young Frank Sinatra. Shout out to my dude Holland Future, always showing love. And he said, man, you got love from Detroit, Ego, man. The love has been great. It's been phenomenal. Like I said, you work for me and like help me in the ways you guys can. Thumbs up, engagement. I'll always repay you guys tenfold. That's just how I am as a person. Ego looking like Money May. Shit, you tripping. But that's funny. I'm about to get a Conor McGregor painting hung up in here like Mayweather. But man, this wasn't even supposed to be a stream, and I'm surprised. Like, this has probably been one of the most lucrative streams, and it's at a weird ass. What time is it? It's like it's midnight, so I'm surprised you guys are even up. I didn't think nobody was going to even be on here because it was just an impromptu stream. But good thing I streamed, man. We hit our numbers, 100,000 in the books, man. Ego just robbed the bank. Yeah, but I also work for mine. There ain't nobody. I don't care whoever. See, that's the thing. No matter what anyone ever say about me, they can't tell you I don't work my ass off. Even my worst enemy, if they knew me, then they would never say that. You know what I'm saying? I work for everything I've ever had. I work for everything. This was not given. You know, we had to hit our numbers. Yeah, man. You at work? See, this is what I'm telling you, man. Boxing, this shit is like a lifestyle. 3 a.m., you see people here, people at work here. This is the gang. I'm telling you, Ego. Y'all thought I was joking. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. The people, these are real life boxing fans that hold it down, and you know what I mean, support the work. And I support a lot of y'all comments, and you know what I mean. We just keep this thing moving. You work an overnight shift. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is about a lifestyle. It's not just about tearing down certain fighters that you don't like and shit talking in the comment section. This is a lifestyle. I encourage everybody to believe in your visions, go forth with your visions, and like press the gas pedal, man. Like, life is too short. You just seen Hugh Hefner just pass away. Rest in peace. among others. You know what I mean? Life is too short to be bickering. Get money, travel the world, be with people you love. That's really what it is. So I think that's why people relate to me on a different level. You know what I mean? Because it's boxing. We talk boxing, but we also talk about life. And I try to drop some gems. And the gems is not coming from a place of being conceited. A lot of people don't even know how I get my name Ego. It has shit to do with being egotistical. I'll tell you that right now. But I try to drop gems. And the gems just come simply from living life and falling. You know what I mean? And getting back up. That's what we do here. Diego Gutierrez, more love. I told y'all them yellow and orange super chats down point. $10 super chat. I'm not trying to sound boastful or cocky like Bruce Lee said. If I say I'm no good, he says if I tell you I'm great, do you say I'm being boastful? If I tell you I'm no good, do you know I'm lying? So you know what I mean? I'm just honest, and you can't buy this type of love. You know what I mean? People showing love at the fights is different. Not every channel can just get on here and just get super chats in the middle of the fucking night. But like I said, this is a team collaborative. Whether you agree with everything I say or not, it's we're here to talk boxing. I never go at people and just put people in a hot seat. So it is what it is, man. But certain things you can fake and certain things you can't fake. Excuses? What are you talking about? What's an excuse? Ortiz beats Wilder? What are you talking about? Who are you? Canelo beat Triple G. See, you just ranting. You just saying random stuff. Y'all gotta watch from them shapeshifters, because they just be bouncing around. Donald Trump's president. Man, Canelo beat Triple G. Wilder's, like, you just talked about 3 different things. Get in the hot seat then. The fans want you in the hot seat. And I put all my super chats for today up on it that you won't make it. I'll give you I'll show you all the super chats I got today, and you'll get burnt. You ain't taking my money like that. So I'll make sure you get burnt. Askier Hussein, $5 super chat. Another one. Has Showtime even ever reached out to work with you, or have you helped them with one of their projects? Yeah, they did actually reach out to me, but it didn't. The timing wasn't right or whatever, and it didn't work. They were just trying to work with me as an influencer. But I'm telling you, if you really analyze the game, see, I've always been me. I'm not trying to sound no type of way, but I've always been more of a pack leader than a follower. Like, if everyone gets face tattoos, it makes me never want to get a face tattoo, because that's what's trendy and everyone. I don't just follow trends. I do what I like. You know what I mean? And YouTube is one of the things that I pioneered. At the time I came in the game with this YouTube shit, it was not popping on the boxing scene like that. Now, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to anyone that was there before me, but there weren't many channels who were doing it how I had the vision. You know what I'm saying? And most of the channels aren't here anymore. There's a couple people that have been doing it for consecutive years, 4 years or better, but it's not many. You know what I'm saying? And especially that have been consistent. So I came to the game. I always play the observer. You know what I mean? See what the game's lacking, see what people are doing, and I come in. And like Conor McGregor said, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. And that's what we work towards. And we're not fully there, but we working. I can only give my best account of myself. But yeah, Showtime did reach out to me. But I'm gonna tell you this. All these companies, HBO, Golden Boy, Showtime, their dollar is better spent in the YouTube. Now, you can't get no crazy YouTubers just like saying whatever and not professional and not really trying to create a brand. But if they were to invest money with the influencers, the influencers, like the big ones that are taking this seriously as a real brand, would help promote the fuck out of these fights. But you got to pay like you weigh, especially with me. I work too hard. I'm not doing shit for free anymore. I done pro bono work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going out to Vegas. We're going for work. I'm going to work. That's what I do. Work, work, work. I'm on my Rihanna shit. Work, 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 work. And it ain't got no work. You know what I mean? Omar Mercado, $5 super chat. Boom, boom, boom. Shmoney Dan. Thank you, Ego. After training, and I see an Ego live chat. Much appreciated. Keep hustling, man. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I don't really do the pound for pound list, but since you asked for the number one spot, I'm giving it to Crawford. I think it was Andre Ward, but he retired. So now that he's not going to be actively competing, I'm going to put Crawford there. And it's just because he's moved up, and this Crawford is doing what I think you one of the ingredients you should do. He's challenged himself, he's moved up, and he's taken fights that even if he was the favorite, it weren't supposed to look like that. And had it not been Crawford, they wouldn't have looked like that. If Broner fought Victor Postal, in my honest to God opinion, I don't think it would be a one-sided beatdown where Postal gets dropped twice. I don't believe that. Even if Broner beat Postal, if Danny Garcia, when he was the man at 140, he was supposed to fight Victor Postal, and they paid him step-aside money. Never fought him, left the division. If Danny Garcia, at that time, knocked out Amir Khan and a couple fights later fought Postal, I don't think it would have been that type of fight. He can win it, but I don't think he would have knocked him down twice and won every single round. Crawford's doing that, right? Julius Ndongo. If it's not even just Broner, anybody, like Regis Progress looks pretty good. Mikey Garcia would be at a major height disadvantage versus Julius Ndongo. You know what I mean? Would he have stopped him in the third round? He could possibly stop him, but it would have been a different puzzle because Mikey has different intangibles. He's certain height, you know what I mean? Maybe filler rounds to start off, etc. So that's just my honest opinion. Crawford is like making it look easy on top of challenging himself. Felix Diaz, he beat Adrian Granados, who's fighting Sean Porter. Felix Diaz was, who did he fight? Lamont Peterson. I think Peterson won by a small margin. It was kind of like a Canelo Lara fight where people had it going either ways. Felix Diaz beat the shit out of Sammy Vasquez when he was an undefeated prospect who was heavily touted. He was in the same Olympic class, I think, as Errol Spence, or in the amateur circuit, and fought Errol Spence and stuff. He was supposed to be really good. And Felix Diaz bloodied him up, and he fought Luis Collazo after that and didn't look the same. He looked like a broken man. Broner Matisse, that's still a good fight. That has my buy-in. Because Broner, see, the fun thing about Broner is this. You're going to get a show in terms of both in the ring and out the ring. He knows how to sell it. Because he's been calling out Matisse for a minute. But his antics, man, you know. AB, Argentina, bitch. You know what I mean? He's going to say something to Matisse. Matisse got cracked, so, you know what I mean? It's a good fight still. You just got, Broner's one of the fighters you have to just appreciate him for his style and all of his flaws, because that's part of the package. And I'm not flaws just in the ring, but flaws outside the ring. His rants where he looks suicidal. It's just the Broner package. I mean, punching people in the streets or riding in a shot-up whip across state lines and all. That's who Broner is. That's who he chooses. That's how he chooses to live his life. Fucking. So just know that. Broner's a roller coaster ride type of fighter, like Forrest Gump said. Life is like a box of Broner. You never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna get with Broner. Is he gonna be serious at the press conference? Is he gonna flip out? You know, I don't know. Broner has a great uppercut. I mean, when he's letting his hands go, he's looking like the man. I like the setup when he knocked down Emmanuel Taylor in that 12th round. He threw some like kind of decoy punches, and then he ripped with an uppercut, dropped him. Even that check hook that caught Sean Porter. Do you understand this? Broner is talented because Broner check hooked the shit out of Sean Porter, and Sean Porter, I think, was dazed from that because he looked around like kind of bewildered, like he really didn't expect that. And Keith Thurman didn't even knock down Sean Porter. And there's this one sequence from that fight where they slowed it down 1,000 times, and Sean Porter got hit flush, and his head's like going crazy versus Keith Thurman. And Thurman is the known power guy who even has a stoppage at like 153, and he never even dropped Porter. So Porter's clearly durable. Berto didn't drop Porter. Porter's clearly durable. Kell Brook didn't drop Porter. So he's clearly durable. So you got to give Broner credit. I understand it was at a catch weight, but Broner to not do nothing for 11 rounds basically and then produce that. I mean, the kid has skills. Felix Verdejo, I don't know. He got in that motorcycle accident. I heard he got dropped from the rankings, and Ray Beltran advances up the rankings. Ego, you hear Robert Garcia said Mikey Garcia might fight Robert Easter if Cotto don't fight him? Yeah, I did. I heard the headline. I didn't watch it or nothing. I just heard that headline. Great fight. Jorge Linares, they were talking about fighting him after. He just came off a tough fight with Campbell, so I don't think he will be back by December. And I like that, man. I like that Mikey Garcia. I covered Mikey Garcia's last 2 fights, so I know for a fact he's fought 2 times this year. He fought in January on the Leo Santa Cruz Carl Frampton card. He knocked out a champion at lightweight to become a champion, Dejan Zlatishinin from Montenegro, and he fought Broner, dominated that. So if he fights Robert Easter, there's a great backstory because you beat About Billion's boss, squad leader. So if you fight Robert Easter and unify, if you can beat him, you're working your way up that pound for pound ranking and your legacy wise. But Robert Easter's a good fighter. That's a different. Yeah, that Dejan KO was nasty. I was there. The whole arena was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Sound like Roy Jones when Pacquiao got knocked out. Oh, it's weird, man. Listen, if y'all get a chance, if you've never been to a live fight, go. It doesn't, like, if you go with a couple of friends, I mean, the better the seats, probably the better the viewing, the better experience. But just go. You know what I mean? Even if you can go, like, let's say Canelo Golovkin, try to get one of them even $100 tickets that might not be the best seats. Just go for the experience, man. It's something else. Osacito versus Ortiz. Yeah, I mean, 2017's been great. So if they gave us a rematch like that, I mean, I'm not knocking it. We got enough like super meaningful fights or great fights that are on the books or have already happened. So that would just be something extra, to be honest. I was at Mosley Margarito. Awesome. Wow. My brother went to that one. That was in LA. And I was jealous because I didn't go to it. And my brother went to it with his friend. And that's what I'm saying. That's stuff you can remember. Because my brother still talks about that fight. Man, Mosley, he was just relentless. You know what I mean? That had to be a good one to go to. That's why I'm happy. We hit 100K. Listen, the Garcia Rios fight is doo-doo, bro. I don't agree with, listen, and before y'all jump down my throat and get all angry like you normally do, I don't think it's the worst fight ever. Let's be clear. I don't think it's the best fight in the division. I mean, clearly, that's anybody with a fucking brain knows there's other options. But realistically, it's something I would watch. Like I said, I'm not gonna harp on fights like that when we're getting so many great fights. You know what I mean? And I'm the type of, especially as media and just being a fan of boxing, I look at the overall picture. For starters, Brandon Rios doesn't give a fuck. I've been around dude. I was in Denver when he fought and knocked out Alvarado on the rematch. We rode the same bus to everybody from Top Rank. We were just all on a bus, and they shot us over to the venue where they were doing the press conference and the weigh-in. So I'm on the bus sitting real close. I'm on the opposite side, but in the same row as Rios. He's singing and, you know what I mean, making people laugh. The dude is funny and doesn't give a fuck. Now, I said that to say this, because there's someone in the Garcia family that also doesn't give a fuck. His name is Angel Garcia. So the entertainment value is going to be there, because I can't wait, if they do fight, I can't wait to see what Angel Garcia has to say. Tim Bradley beat you. I speak the truth. You know what I mean? He's going to be acting crazy and manic, and then Brandon Rios like, shut the fuck up, fool. Like, you know what I mean? Doing his, that shit going to be funny to me. So, like, to me, I mean, with so many great fights, it kind of like Mayweather and McGregor. I knew what the fight was going to be. Some people didn't, but I knew what it was going to be. But they entertained me. So I'm good with that, because we still, 3 weeks later, got Canelo Golovkin, a meaningful fight where people were split on who would win. So, again, for me, I'm not really stressing Danny Garcia. We got enough great fights this year. And, I mean, the boxing guys can only give us so much. You know, I mean, Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence would be amazing. But realistically speaking, I'm being honest. I'm being as neutral as I can. if I was Danny Garcia's corner, I would tell him not to fight Errol Spence next. Because boxing is unforgiving. This ain't like this UFC shit where a fighter can have 11 losses. If you lose twice, like Broner, listen. I'm going to ask y'all a question. And then we're going to research a new media style. Are you guys on board? And I want to see who can answer the fastest and who gets it right. Right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this challenge? Huh? Y'all ready? Y'all gotta let me know something. I did see the super chat. My dude asked Kiara Hussein again, $5. I really sincerely appreciate it. And the question is, Errol Spence pick an opponent yet? No, his situation is going to be difficult because that's how boxing works. Everyone says whatever they said about the Kell Brook fight, he started slow, but the outcome was still the same. Kell Brook fucked up eye, taking the knee like he's Colin Kaepernick, and he got beat down. So that's the unfortunate thing with boxing. That's the unfortunate thing. If you look great, then people are less inclined to fight you. Now people will probably want to fight Golovkin because his last couple of fights, he has looked more human. But when he was looking like Matthew Macklin and plowing through these dudes, nobody, Cotto and all these dudes weren't trying to fight him. Now all of a sudden, Golovkin looks more human in his recent fight. And then you hear Freddie Roach talking about, we want that fight. You full of shit. Because if you wanted it, why didn't you want it when he was knocking out Macklin? You know what I'm saying? He did take a knee like Kaepernick. I don't lie. He took a knee. He's like, until we get the police brutality under control, Errol Spence is dogging me right. I'm going to take this knee for police brutality. He did. I don't lie. But anyway, that's my whole point, man. If you look vulnerable, you're probably more likely to get a shot. This is what it is. So Errol Spence is just dangerous right now. And I'm not saying I'm condoning cherry picking. I want Errol Spence. That's my dude. He's always showed love to me. I don't have no issue with him. But just being honest, if I'm being honest, if I was Danny Garcia's people, Sean Porter, Errol Spence Jr., those are dangerous ass fights per style wise to come off of a Keith Thurman loss where you might have lost some confidence because you lost your title and you lose 2 times back to back. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that. And I mean, I want the Porters to get the fight with Garcia. I want Errol Spence to get a meaningful fight. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, who's Spence? Who is this Spence kid?" and play dumb like they didn't know. And then, oh, he needs to fight. So okay, he fought someone that got a title, and y'all still don't want to fight him. I get it, but I'm just saying, and I'm being honest, if I was looking at it from an advisor, that's a dangerous fight. Now, y'all ready to play the game? I got all the super chats out the way. Y'all ready to play the game? Just say ready, and I'm going to ask y'all a question. I want to hear the first answer. James the Mandingo Kirkland, Mandingo Warrior. How many losses does James Kirkland have? Go. As of right now in his career, how many losses does James Kirkland have? Fight nerd. Keep going. I just want to hear quick answers. 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Quick. This is a game. 7, 15, 4. Okay, great. Stop. How many losses does James Kirkland actually have? Oh, yeah, that's right. 2 losses. Listen, James Kirkland has 2 losses. He was stopped in both of those. He has 2 fucking losses. And honestly, I even forgot that. I'm like, James Kirkland only has 2 losses? It seemed like he got way more losses than that. Way more losses than that. He only has 2 losses. It don't matter if they're bad losses. It's 2. He has 2 losses. He only has 2 losses. He did take Glenn Tapia's soul because he never looked the same after that. But that's my thing. He only has 2 losses, and people aren't even referencing James Kirkland as even kind of formidable. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, it's not like the UFC shit. If Danny Garcia takes 2 bad losses, like let's say Thurman, and then he fights Errol Spence and gets stopped to the body, then he's gonna be real hard to bounce back. You know what I mean? Boxing's unforgiving. Boxing's cruel. So you got to make your next move your best move. Canelo almost killed him. None of that matters. He took 2 losses. Broner has more losses now than James Kirkland does. But most people would say Broner's much fresher. So, you know what I mean? Boxing's boxing. Some people will write you off. Because even when Broner had just lost to Sean Porter, I seen comments like, Broner, retire. Just fucking retire already. Leave. You know what I'm saying? So, Danny Garcia, I'm not saying he guaranteed loses to these guys, but you got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, honestly, if you're Danny Garcia's people, of course he's going to rather fight Brandon Rio. That's why he didn't fight Keith Thurman. He fought Samuel Vargas. Fight, you know what I mean? Fight a can where you take minimal punishment and then fight the tough fight. So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Brandon Rios has no shot. Maybe Brandon Rios can make it in. I don't know. But what I'm saying is Brandon Rios being on a long layoff and having 1 win, he's coming in with a lot less momentum than Errol Spence. I'll tell you that. Errol Spence, we've seen Rios. I thought he was losing to Diego Chavez. Pacquiao clearly beat him. Bradley stopped him. Richard Brill, in my opinion, beat him. So, you know what I mean? That's probably when he wants to fight. A guy who we've seen vulnerable before. Rosado versus Tapia, yeah, where they're at in their careers, should be a fun fight. Rios is hella lazy recently. What do you mean? Like in the ring, or what do you? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, man, I put boxing in a kind of category, kind of like movies. There's certain movies where I really have built an expectation for what I want to see. Like I'm like, damn, this is supposed to be an Oscar-worthy movie. So if it disappoints, then I'm gonna judge that more critically. You know what I mean? But certain fights are just kind of like where the guys are at in their career, and like Glenn Tapia versus Gabe Rosado. That's kind of where it's like kind of they should have an entertaining style. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Neither one of them is in a position for a title shot right now. So, I mean, it is what it is. There's other great fights to keep us, like, occupied, like Lomachenko, Riggin. Have I seen the film? Yes, I've seen both of them. The Tim Curry one and the new one. Let's do another question, man. What's the question? What's your only question? Well, I just brought up that question to prove a point. You know what I mean? Losses in boxing are taken different. So Danny Garcia has to realize that. So, and see, you got to be realistic. He lost to Keith Thurman. I don't think many people other than the Garcias were really complaining about that. So, I mean, these top guys are going to be a risk. Like, you got to be fair. As much as I want to see Errol Spence get a shot, you got to be fair. He's not looking like the man you want to toy around with. So, for that reason, since he's looking so impressive, for that reason, it's going to be hard to line somebody up because they want to get comped out and compensated. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I've been going for a little while. Hit the like button if you're new. If you just enjoy these chill, laid back streams. Yeah, I mean, people are clearly avoiding Errol Spence. And like I said, before he had the belt, you can at least make up some BS why you don't want to fight him. Now he has the belt, and it's not even gotten any easier. So, I mean, I don't think people are just jumping out of their skin to want to fight him. That's obviously what I see. He gonna be with a walker talking about man down, trying to get a fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Same thing. I mean, same thing happened with Golovkin for the most part. Because I didn't see people jumping up for joy to fight Golovkin when HBO was building him up, and he was just knocking everybody out in 6 rounds or less, or close to that, beating the shit out of Martin Murray and all that. You didn't see people like, yeah, come on, Jibber G. But now people starting to decode little things you can do with him. And okay, two of his last three opponents went the distance with him. Okay, I'll fight him now. Now Billy Joe Saunders is wants to fight him. Ego, is it our fault as fans that James Kirkland's career is die for the media? I don't understand the question. Shit, it ain't the fans' fault. That's how Kirkland fights. He be going to war with people. Angulo. That's why it seems like he has more losses because Glenn Tapia and Angulo, even wins he had to really go through something to win it. He never really was winning against them guys easy. Glenn Tapia was lumping them up with some hard shots. Lubin beats Charlo? Shit, it's possible. Man, I'm about to get out of here. I still got a pack. The hate you have for Triple G is crazy, bro. The dude is a beast. You're very biased when it comes to him. Is it because he's white? Okay, I was just about to get off, but it looks like Sneak wants to get in the hot seat. Let me fry him. Please say yes. I can't leave without that. Now I got to put him in the hot seat. I was just trying to leave, go on about my day, pack, but now you said something stupid, so you got to get flamed up. All you got to do is say yes. Please say yes. We got all these super chats and everyone's engaged and active. We're already pissed off that the Luis Ortiz Wilder fight might be in jeopardy. Let me fry you in front of these people. Please say yes. Nah, this is what I live for. I love the hot seat. And I'm not in a good mood, so you're going to get it worse. But just say yes anyway. I'm sorry. I'm not going to. Just say yes. Another $5 super chat from my man, Askia Hussein. Errol Spence is going to have to start fighting other fighters. Mandatory to force fighters to fight him. Yes. Because he's white. Yeah, we going to get him. We going to get him. All he has to do is say yes. Where are you at? What is his name? He said yes. Where? Maybe I got it because all I got to do is see it with my own eyes. Yes, I'll do it. What do I got to do? All right, Sneak. Let me read your initial question and the level of stupidity behind it, and then let me body you. So you're going to be in the hot seat. I'm glad. See, that's a good thing is they don't know what they do, and they're sacrificial lambs. So they choose to sacrifice themselves. So Sneak 310, keep that in mind. He says the hate that you have for Triple G is crazy, bro. The dude is a beast. You're very biased when it comes to him. Is it because he's white? So just explain that. Explain what you meant. What did I say that was biased? And how have I hated on him? And why would you assume it's because he's white? Just explain that. Everyone get your popcorn out. We'll give Sneak 310 an opportunity. He's a beast, but he's fighting to a draw, LOL. No, we're going to let him speak his mind because that's what we do in the hot seat. But you got 3 chances, so don't start asking questions. Just answer my question. We got to open up the dialogue for the fans. You're basically alluding, saying I'm hating and I'm saying biased stuff about him, and it's because he's white. So just explain. And we're going to see who this Sneak is. You about to get snuck in this hot seat. No coffee. It's 12:30 a.m. where I'm at, so yeah, I'm definitely not drinking coffee right now. Grab your popcorn, and oh shit, man, I might have made a mistake because sometimes y'all be picking usernames that have something to do with your personality. So he might have snuck out. His name is Sneak, so he might have snuck. He might have dipped out because that's what sneaks do. Keep the sneak. Back. Sneak just snuck. Where you at, Snuck? I haven't seen you, Snuck. You sneaky bastard. You ain't sneaking out his hot seat. You sneaky fuck. We at 100K and you about to get fried. Keep the sneak. You sneaky bastard. So you're basically saying I'm biased because Triple G's white. Elaborate for the fans. What have I said that makes you believe that? Come on, you sneaky fuck. Don't be waiting all day. You said, yeah, sure. What do I got to do, man? And you was down. And now that you're in the hot seat strapped in, there's no escape. I'm like Jigsaw. I want to play a game. You've spent your time playing the race card, saying it's because Triple G is white. Now, you must prove it. Come on, I want to play a game, Sneak. You sneaky bastard. But see, that's what sneaks do. They accuse me of all types of shit, and then they sneak out the back door. Sneak out the house, out the window. Haha, you're the best. I'm just Jigsaw. I'm the Jigsaw of boxing. I want to play a game. You said Triple G is a beast. And everything I say is biased. Now, where's Sneak? I didn't see him. See, he's so sneaky, I didn't even see him come back. Who the fuck is Eagle? My name is Ego, not Eagle. Anyway, you must be new. Hey, Eagle, man. Fucking bald Eagle, man. I'm not bald, I actually have hair. But anyway, whenever you talk about your project, you talk about, what are you talking about whenever I talk about my project? What does that even mean? You talk about how he is not willing to take a risk. That's one of the biggest places that I've heard. What does any of what you said mean? You talk about he doesn't go up in weight divisions, but another Danny J. Your spelling is terrible, but another Danny Jacobs is there, Boo's there, and Charlo's there. It's that division that's all they're always around. Can somebody read this? Because Sneaky's a sneaky fuck, and I feel like Floyd Mayweather trying to read this. You're like, who's Bozo and Booze is there? Who the fuck is that? Who is Booze? I don't even know what you're saying. You in a hot seat, bro. I can't even read what you're saying to even fry you because it's like hieroglyphics. He's like, yeah, Bozo's there, Booze and all them in middleweight. You now snuck to the floor, let it clear. Like, what? You gotta type one sentence at a time because I can't understand this. Okay, boom, we got action. You use an example of how Triple G was in a classroom and there were people with their hands up, but he would only call on certain people. He wouldn't contact with their hands up. That was a weak analogy. Bro, no, that's not a weak analogy because you haven't disproved it. Listen, if the analogy is so weak, then you should be able to torch what I said. And you didn't. You just said it was weak. And anyone could listen, this is the era of new media. Anyone could say that. The analogy isn't weak, and it makes sense because I said if Triple G, when people didn't want to fight him, and that's what he believed, that's what his trainer believed, and Tom Loeffler, if there's a class of 30 people and you have a Cuban guy named Edeslandi Lara, and he's like, pick me. All these other motherfuckers don't want to fight you. And then you're overlooking the Cuban kid, Edeslandi Lara, like, okay, nobody has the answer. And Lara's like, pick me, I'll come up to you. I'll come up in front of the class. That's not a weak analogy. He could have fought Edeslandi Lara. It might not have made record-breaking live gates and stuff, but neither did Adama. Who the fuck is Adama? Really? Who is Adama? What is he known for? What is Willie Monroe known for? He was coming off a split decision win over Brian Vera. Really? You got to do something, man. The key of the game is to dominate your division. Abel was the one that said 150 to 168. And Abel's somebody that Golovkin has appointed to represent his team. That's his trainer. So you're not doing good here. Triple G said he always wanted to dominate his division. If people want to fade, tell him. See, now this is where I got to start burying you because this is where the separation of facts and reality versus this whole, oh, you're saying this because he's white. That shit is played. You got to prove that I'm saying it because he's white because everything I'm saying, I can back up. Now, yes, Abel Sanchez was the one who speaks English clearly, and we all know what he's saying. He was saying the 154 to 168. But one thing with that is Abel is his trainer. So why would we not entrust somebody to answer on behalf of somebody when they're closely affiliated with the trainer? You know what I'm saying? Then you have the wrong team. If Abel's like, oh, Golovkin's going to be fighting Willie Monroe, and then Golovkin's like, no, the fuck, I'm not, then there's a discord and a disconnect with your team. That's not my fault. So Abel, I'm going to take it what he's saying, even though it's not coming from Golovkin. That's Golovkin's trainer, right? That's one thing. Second of all, I get the dominate division, but here's where you get fried, my friend. And it has nothing to do with being white or Caucasian and all that dumb shit. Is because the moment dominating the division is cool, even though it was a weak division. That's my whole standpoint. At the time, for the last 4 or 5 years, the division wasn't popping. You know what I mean? You had guys like Danny Jacobs, but he was coming back from beating cancer, and then eventually he fought Peter Quillen. That was a good win, and then he worked his way up to the point where he was looking like the number 2 middleweight. But other than that, there weren't, you know what I mean, Peter Quillen, he had a belt and then vacated. There was different things that were happening, right? But here's where I fry you, my friend. The standards that Golovkin and his team set for are the only things I'm holding him accountable for. Case in point, the moment they said we will fight Carl Froch and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. at the 168, my friend, when they said that, they opened Pandora's box because you said you would move up for Carl Froch and Chavez Jr. So it's not that I just wanted to see Golovkin move up when he wanted to dominate a division, but again, you can move up for a guy that Andre Ward beat and move up to that weight. And they even said stuff like, oh, we want to give Carl Froch the full respect, so we'd fight him at 168. Why wouldn't you fight Ward, the guy who beat Carl Froch at 168? Ward was down. There's emails to prove it at the time. You know what I mean? So the moment they did that, they created that. You know what I mean? It's just like if I say I could do the sickest backflip, or I'm a skateboarder, I could do this crazy trick, then that's what people are going to hold me accountable to. I said I could do the backflip. So if people put me on the spot, I'm like, hey, do it. And I never show up. I never produced. Whose fault is that? Now, so you're already getting fried. Then you said everybody's talking about being crazy. The fact of the matter is, Withrop, would you want the disappointment you guys face was crazy? You just don't like white boys, right? Who's Withrop? I don't even know who that is. Well, I don't understand what's happening right now. He says you don't like white boys and Withrop. Who's Withrop? Golovkin fought someone named Withrop? Triple G call out everybody in that division, everybody that's in the division now. I don't remember him calling out Charlo. I don't remember him saying he wants an immediate Danny Jacobs fight, even after the Canelo draw. He said, Abel actually said, we don't want to fight him for like 4 to 6 fights, but okay. And I could prove that. I could pull it up. It was around what took so long. Sneak just tested positive for some dumb shit. Yeah, I don't even really know. I know he's getting bodied in the hot seat, but I don't know. And see, the whole 54, you said you could fight someone at 54. Why not fight Canelo at 155 when he was a champion down there, right? But you're going to fight little Floyd down there. You were down to fight Pacquiao and Floyd, but you didn't want to fight no one else there. Then say what you mean and mean what you say. That's just that simple. You could have alleviated all these future problems by saying, you know what, 154 is hard to make, but for the opportunity to face Floyd and get that paycheck, Floyd can get it. And then no one would have been saying. But if you just give a range, then people start looking at compelling fights at that range. You say you can kick anyone's ass from 54 to 68 or 75, then like, okay, fight Charlo at 54 when he was down there. Fight Boo Boo Andrade at 54. Canelo. No, you only want to fight Mayweather. Okay, we get it. You only want to fight him down there. That's not what they said. Say what you mean and mean what you say. So you probably got about one more point because you're talking about Withrop and Winston Churchill and shit. I don't even know what you're talking about. So let me just finish bodying you. And once again, you still haven't done, which you guys do. You deflect, you guys, with all these casual comments. You still haven't related this to me hating a white fighter. What does it have to do with the white fighter? Where did that come from? Caleb Plant is my fucking dude. Joey Spencer's my dude, and they're white dudes from America. You know what I'm saying? So what is this whole I hate white people or hate white fighter? What are you talking about? Golovkin's not even. Y'all always bring up that he's Korean and he's from Kazakhstan and all that. Caleb Plant's white. Joey Spencer's white. And them my dudes. So relate this back to your initial point that I am picking on Golovkin because he's a white fighter. I'm attacking the white fighter, trying to keep the white man down. Get back to that part, so you can get this coughing. And I know you're gonna start coughing because that's how when death and when you're about to get the casket, you could feel it. So you start coughing. You know what I mean? Your heart rate accelerates. Your blood starts to slow down with the flow. So anyway, relate this back to your initial point, which you're supposed to be proving, how this has something to do with mysteriously, instead of what Triple G and his team have put out in the public, this has something to do with him being white, which is why I'm holding him to the standard. I didn't say like, man, he a white fighter, so he got to do more. I never said that. I'm holding him to the standard that they set forth. So where are you at, Sneak? I just want to give you a coffin. I'm only worried about Sneak's next response. So relate this back to him being a white fighter so you can get this coffee. Because you still haven't proved. See, listen, this is the era of new media. You can't just say bullshit and just run with it. Because everything that I'm saying, I can show you. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't think Triple G has great defense. I could show you clips if they weren't copyrighted. I could show you clips and stuff where I think he could have moved his head better. You just said, oh, you're doing this because you hate white fighters, but you have not yet proved anything to do with him being a white fighter. And you haven't even disputed any of the points I've made. So come get bodied. We like plastic surgeon. You know how the girls be getting ass shots and implants. Come get bodied. Sneak said all lives matter. Where is Sneak? See, his sneaky ass just keeps sneaking out. Where is he at? You was good as fuck at hide and seek, because that's all you do is sneak around, and no one can find your ass. When it's time to give out the coffins and the caskets, no one can find you, Sneak. You sneaky fuck. He's the hide and seek champion. He's hid from his friends since he was 7, and they still have not found him. They live in the same city and everything. Don't know where the fuck Sneak went. Right? He's that sneaky. Sneak ducking. There is no ducking the hot seat, because we're going to sneak up and scroll up and find you and then block you anyway. Where's he at, man? Put him on the timer, y'all. People to do, places to see. Put him on the timer. Once again, another idiotic comment. Oh, you're doing this because Triple G is white. And you still haven't related that to him being white, right? And you still haven't disproved anything that I've said constructively. Ego loves the block button. No, I love reality, and I love to entertain. So once we find Sneaky's sneak ass, his ass is grass. Has nothing to do with liking the block button. If people are talking reasonable about, see, listen, everything that I'm saying, right or wrong, I can tell you why. I can show examples. I can show my work. I'm not just saying Deontay Wilder is afraid of black fighters, and then you're like, okay, I never thought of that. Prove it. Why do you fight Gerald Washington? Why do you fight Berman? Oh, and then I can't explain it. You know what I mean? That doesn't even make sense. So whatever your point is, you're supposed to make it. Now, that's enough time. Everybody put your L's up if you think Sneak didn't do a good job and got his L. Put your L's up. Put your L's up. Give a coffin. Put your L's up. Put your L's up. One time, put your L's in the sky. Yo. Now, one of my admins, because I knew this was coming, because he just completely snuck out because he's a sneaky fuck. One of my admins, moderators, please go find Sneak. Oh, Mr. Globs, you beat me to it. You found him and you blocked him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. That was easy. That was easy. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, this is new media. You're not gonna just be saying on my channel. I don't care what you do with other people's channel. On my channel, you're not gonna just be able to say that. If you have a realistic standpoint, then debate it. And like I said, everything that I'm saying, I feel I can prove, right or wrong. I feel I can prove. I don't just sneak out and dip out and all that stuff. You talking about you're picking on Triple G because he's white, huh? I never said anything about the man's complexion, him being white. What are you talking about? Related to that. And you can't even dispute what I'm saying. You talking about bringing up stupid shit. I haven't even been taught. Golovkin in his last couple of fights, his competition has stepped up. So I haven't even been talking about Golovkin moving up to 168. So what are you even talking about? 168, I'm over that. Ward's retired. Ward already went up to 75 and took the Kovalev soul. Well, I don't even care about the 68 shit now. That was at the time. So you're clearly all over the place. High seas destroying lives, man. Man, I'm about to end the chat. I got stuff to do. I got to pack. And I didn't even mean to go this long, but y'all definitely made it worth my while with these crazy ass super chat. I never got 150s. You know what I'm saying? They call me the Mayweather of this shit now. Of this boxing game. No, there's not a fight. I'm just going out to Vegas for work. I got hired, so I gotta work. Stay tuned. If you're on my Instagram, there'll probably be some of it on my Instagram story. We work. That's what we do, man. Follow me on Instagram at Boxingego. We got like 70,000, you know, cool 70,000 over there. A little easy work. We just hit 100,000 over here. Joy Botafugo over here. You know what I mean? You see the hat, EGO. Yeah, we're going to wait for more information. Ortiz did not cheat. Well, then shit, the fight shouldn't be canceled and I'll be in a better mood. I don't want him to have done something outside of the rules where the fight gets canceled. I don't bank on that, but I do think fair is fair. In living color, good memory, yeah. Joey Botafugo over here. See, I know real ones when I see it. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here though. But I mean, hopefully this Ortiz shit get cleared up and we still have a fight. But Wilder is the most feared person. This fight gets canceled on based on the findings or whatever he tested. Because listen, Ortiz's side. Listen, I mean, I don't know how this works. But Ortiz's side is showing this like heart rate monitor medicine and all that. But we don't know if that's what he got flagged for, unless VADA called him and said, "Hey, this is what you." I don't know those details. You know what I mean? But what if it was something else he tested positive for? And they're just saying this blood pressure medicine. We don't know. So I'll give it a chance and hopefully more information comes out. Again, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I was trying to go out to New York. So this is the last thing that I wanted to see happen. In fact, last time I went to, well, not last time, but one of the times I went to New York was for Berto Porter, and Ortiz was supposed to be on that card, and he got like a thumb injury. So I didn't get to see him then. So I'm not hoping that it turns out bad, but fair is fair. So if he is on something that was banned that gives him an advantage or something where the fight gets canceled, then like I said, Wilder, very avoided, very feared person, because I don't recall a time in recent history where somebody tested positive for so many things. He tested positive for hydrocortisone and Antolin. Where'd you hear that at? See, that's what I'm saying. But listen, like I still feel the same way. A lot of this shit is like they give you room to declare the shit. So why is it coming out from VADA? That's my real question. That's my question for it. You know what I mean? Like, why is VADA sending something to WBC directly, who they're in charge of the fight because it's their belt? You know what I mean? It's their clean boxing program. But why wouldn't this be like common knowledge? Like, hey, Luis Ortiz, this motherfucker has high blood pressure. He has hypertension, right? So he's on this Lorazol or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? That still seems fishy to me. I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, I'll wait for more information before jumping to major conclusions. But if you know you're on something and you declare it, it's just like you go to a doctor. Doctor, are you sexually active? Do you smoke cigarettes? And then you do certain tests and they find out, oh, you have semen in you or you're pregnant, but you said you weren't sexually active. That doesn't make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So there is a bit of like an eyebrow raising to me. You can declare those things. You can declare that, hey, I'm on this blood pressure medicine. So it's weird and it's always worse when it comes from the drug testing agency. I'm not saying you're 100% guilty. They still do the B samples and all that. But more often than not, when people have a cloudy A sample, the cases I've seen, the B samples comes out too. And then the other thing that eyebrow raising is because in 2014, in the Latif Coyote fight, he tested with something. So you never really know. And then people start looking at other stuff like his age and like, you know what I mean? Are you having to do more because you're older? You know what I mean? Cannon Briggs and stuff. So it's all in doubt. I'll wait till we get more information. Let's just do a quick roll call, and I'm out just like that. They say Ortiz is like 37 or 38. Shout out to Toledo. Where y'all from, man? I never seen this where one fighter, everyone's like testing with something right before the fights and they're getting canceled like this. LA, Baton Rouge, West Coast. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? San Diego, Oakland, Austin, Orange County, Hayward. This was a late shift. Let me know, man. Huntsville. I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you for the 100K. Shout out to Australia, Long Island, Australia. We working. Askia Hussein, $2 super chat. Another one, Chicago Now. Man, crazy super chat presence in this particular chat. So I appreciate it because I really just did this impromptu. I wasn't in a great mood with this news of the fight being in question because this is the fight I was going to try to cover for you guys.